Welcome back to the Spitball Media Podcast. This is where we spit out the top entertainment stories of the week. My name is John Draper. Joining me from the great state of Pennsylvania, we know him, we love him. His name is Shaheen. Shaheen, how are you?
What's going on, brother? I'm doing well, man. I can't complain. I just got woken up out of a nap, so I'm trying to come back to earth.
Nice. There's nothing like that late afternoon, early evening nap to really set the tone for the rest of the evening. And of course, he looks like he coaches your kids' little league, but he doesn't. His name is Bisho O'Brien.
Yeah, what's up, everybody?
Doesn't he? I said that when you missed it. I go, dude, you look like a little league coach.
Oh, shit.
I'm waiting for you to tell me to take a knee, so you can tell me all about it.
We're gonna do the team prayer and the serenity prayer. Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Bisho, do a little coach stuff. Just do a little impression. Put any.
I'm not. Geez, an impression.
Yeah, do a little coach. Look at you. You have the perfect outfit for it.
I know. I'm hiking up my sleeves too.
There he goes. Look, he's
wave people into.
Dude, if you had a clipboard, I would fall out of this chair right now. I swear to God.
Asking you shall.
No, don't even do it. Please don't do it.
All right, over here, everybody.
Look at this. Look at this motherfucker.
Take a knee.
Oh my God.
The whitest of the whites with us tonight. How you guys doing?
Jesus Christ. Well, listen, everybody. I gotta say it. Thank you guys so much. So many of you have reached out from last week. That was wonderful. It was a very, very difficult time. It's still going to be a very difficult time. But thank you guys so much. We really appreciate your kindness. That was something. We're still getting there. It's going to be a long road, but thank you guys so much. I'm just happy to be back on the show, talking movies with you, hanging out with you like we always do. But Shah, that was people were pretty awesome last week, huh?
Yeah, absolutely, man. I think a lot of it was good to see so many people come out in the name of Kev and so many other newer people that I either haven't talked to for years or I've just never talked to. One of the chat room last week. So shout out to everybody that showed support. It was definitely greatly appreciated. I'm sure John appreciated that for sure. So
yeah, and Bisho, I know you were out there trying to get ready for the regionals with that outfit, but that was quite a display of love we got from everybody, new and old, last week, huh?
It was awesome. Like Shah said, we're seeing names like Alan Pierce. Yeah. Trying to think, DJ Dowles jumped in. Robbie,
yeah. My brother Mark. My brother Mark.
Yeah, Mark and Joe. By the way, Robbie did Hey Now Rich Dow, the X's and O's of Life last week.
I just saw that. I have to listen to that this weekend. I'm going to be listening to that this weekend. But wow, it's just really extraordinary and super appreciated.
I said last week, didn't mean to cut you off, but I said last week, talk with wrestling, which we don't talk about much around here because this is about movies and entertainment. It can be weird. The scene can be weird. People can be dicks. They can be shitty. But last week was like the best of that, and why I liked that scene for a long time. It just was really cool.
Yeah, it's funny you said that, Bisho, because I did think that too, and a lot of people said that. And I Shah, there was a time when all three of us, wrestling was the only way we communicated in this medium, and there were a lot of good, really good people. Like it wasn't always a dumpster fire.
No, it wasn't, man. I actually got to meet a lot of good people through wrestling. A lot of weirdos too, but not forget the good ones.
The good weirdos.
And, shout out to Anthony Alston too. He's doing his own show now on YouTube. Shout out to him. Soapbox Ant is what it's called.
All right. Well, he's an old friend too
on YouTube. Yeah, go subscribe to him. I started talking to him again. After everything happened, and he was somebody that I met through wrestling. Actually, before podcasting, even I met him at the ECW reunion shows like 13, 14 years ago.
Wow,
is when I first met him.
That's wild.
And then I told him that hey, like I do like a podcast and all that shit, and then he started listening to our show. But yeah, man. No, that dude for like 13, 14 years. It's crazy.
Yeah, he's good peeps. He's good peeps. A lot of good peeps out there. Hey, Bisho, who do we got chilling with us right now in the old chatter room?
Well, right now, the guys that were patient enough to put up with us being late were John JLD999.
John.
Don Stoney.
Don Stoney, all right.
Donald Q. Stoney, Esquire. There we go.
Oh, well, he is Esquire. Yeah, you have to say that.
Hey, now, Dow.
Richard Dow. I know him.
That Richard Dowson. Joe Punches.
Yes, I love the punches.
Got our buddy Marquise.
Marquise, good friend of the show there.
Let's see. Oh, Fatty from the Bayou Geeks. What's up?
Oh, Chris, a good friend Chris. I just spoke to him for a hot second today.
Robbie Richmond in the chat room.
The legendary Robbie Richmond making the rounds.
Yes, Chris Matthews is there, and there's a couple others that are in, but they're not chatting.
So. Yes, I see Dell's just joined there. Dell's, I have heard the Cousin Junior thing. The beard kind of takes me out of that. That guy probably couldn't grow a beard. There's somebody else I look like with the beard. I can't remember who it is. Richard Dreyfuss, a young Richard Dreyfuss. I don't know what the fuck.
Oh yeah, Richard Dreyfuss.
Well, I'm about a foot taller than Richard Dreyfuss, as far as that goes. But thank you guys so much for hanging out. We have an action-packed show. But first and foremost, I had to decompress this week, and my wife was like, "Go do whatever you need to do. Don't worry about it." And I was like, "You know what? I think I'm going to do something I haven't done that much. I'm going to go see a movie." And I went and saw. I decided to see Alex Garland's Warfare because Alex Garland is the fucking man. Even though a lot of people didn't like Civil War that much, but as far as I'm concerned, the guy's still this guy's still top dog. And I have to tell you, people, very few people I know saw this movie. I think the Yari might have saw this movie. It is the best movie I've seen of the year. It is fucking phenomenal. If you want to go see something very different, go see Warfare. It is truly, truly phenomenal. It is not what you think it is. It's not like a traditional movie. And Shah, it's an hour and 20 minutes long.
Which is music to my ears. And John J.I.D., he's co-signing you as well. He's saying he loved the movie.
Dude.
You know what? I honestly forgot this movie was coming around, man. I completely forgot about the existence of this film. I'm sure it's amazing, man, but I need old fucking Alex Garland back, bro. I need
you need to see this movie, my friend.
Are you serious?
Look at that comment. The aestheticism that leaves you feeling. Look, bombastic that leaves you feeling empty. I don't know. It's full of bombastic aestheticism, but I'm telling you, Alex Garland it's Alex Garland's interpretation of a real war journal from Iraq in like 2006 or something like that. It is. Bisho, can you go to Rotten Tomatoes for this movie?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's an epic film, man. I'm telling you. Where is it at?
So it's
right
not
now?
as grounded as I'm thinking it is in my head. I'm thinking.
Shah, take a look at that right there. When was the last time you saw something like that?
94% critic score, 93% audience score.
I don't know that I've seen that before, actually. Where they're almost identical.
Wow.
It was directed by a war veteran also? I didn't know that.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure Alex Garland let him put his name on it, but when you see the movie, this is Alex Garland's style. It's just absolutely, Bisho, I know you're not as familiar with him as Shah and I, but you don't see movies like this. Like this is what, like, it's, I don't know. I can't express it unless you've seen it. And Robbie's hitting it too. The cast is full of people that are mostly young and not these big names, but they knock this out of the fucking park, man. Fucking park.
How would you compare how it's shot to like Saving Private Ryan when they were in different, like the shootout scenes and the road and all that stuff?
It's the next level of that. It's
Okay.
the modern day shot. When the bullets start, you're done. That's 60 minutes where you're not blinking, you're not going to the bathroom, you're not budging. I'm not going to give the farm away here, but Shah, picture Alex Garland directing a full-on firefight with mass casualties and high-impact weapons.
No, again, I'm sure it's amazing. I don't know, man. I don't want them preoccupied with these war movies. I want them getting back to those like surreal kind of sci-fi horror films. That's what I like the most. Because Civil War, honestly, it was okay. It wasn't bad.
Well, what Civil War lacked in action.
Is it violent?
God. Violent?
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
Limbs be flying, yo.
Damn.
Gore. And it's all real. Everything is told from the first-person perspective of the unit that was... I'm just going to tell you a little bit about it. They're doing maneuvers. It's in Iraq. It's and they take over a house in the middle of fucking... I don't know where it was in Iraq. And they're trapped there, and they get trapped there, and they're trapped in the house, and they are completely outgunned.
So it's a siege movie.
Yeah, but yeah, they are besieged, and you think they're gonna. It's like, oh yeah, we're gonna call it an airstrike and blah 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 blah. And as soon as next thing you know, hell on earth starts happening, and it just doesn't stop. It just does not. It does not stop. You just
Almost
don't
like
know.
that horror movie you and I watched, where they were in the house and the people just keep coming after him.
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah.
Is it kind of like that in concept, or is it completely
Yeah,
different?
yeah, but this is like war, like modern day warfare. And
Gotcha.
Alex Garland, I don't know, dude. I don't know. Like, and it looks like it was shot to film. Shah. Like, it doesn't look like it was shot. It was shot to film. Like, oh my god, man, the sniper shit. Oh, the sniper stuff in the beginning. It's like, yo, yeah, it's really great. I purposely didn't want to learn anything about it before I went in, and it just took me away. Like, and by the way, I want to point this out. I went on a weekday. No, excuse me. I went on a Friday afternoon, and my theater was pretty crowded. And as I got to my seat and I went to take my jacket off, as I do, I look around and I see a lot of people, and it occurred to me, oh, these are all men. Oh, these look like dudes who served. So, you could just kind of catch the vibe. But Shah, I'm telling you, man, Alex Garland knocked it out of the fucking park, bro. Knocked it out of the fucking park.
No, I'm
Killed it.
happy to hear that, man. As you know, like he's probably my favorite director that's working right now. Aside from Ari Aster, I would say him and Ari are probably my top two.
And Eggers, right?
Yeah, I mean he's definitely a third one, but like I'm talking about Ari and him are neck to neck, man. I mean I'm talking Ex Machina, Annihilation, and Men are like my three of my favorite fucking movies that have come out in the last 10 plus years.
Yeah, it's
and
a
then,
holy
of course you got Midsommar, you got Hereditary, and Beau is Afraid. So they're really like 3 for 3 for me.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean anything he touches, man, I'll watch. Even 28 years later, I know he didn't
wrote
direct it, but it's his story. So
it's his story.
Yeah, and that again, I think that has a new trailer also that just dropped.
Yes, we're gonna check it tonight because this looks like it's just gonna take over the world. Bisho, you saw Civil War?
I did not. No.
Okay, yeah, I
did
know
not.
it's out there. Yeah, I mean it's not bad, but it's just the story is very weird. Like they don't spend a lot of time on how we got there, which I think bothered people. They like there was almost no explanation as to how the country is divided like this. But I suggest anyone who can see warfare, just check yourself because it's not what you think. And as soon as you hear the first gunshot, it's unrelenting. It is an unrelenting fight for 60, I would say maybe 55 minutes. And you have no idea. If you go in cold, you have no idea what's going on. I didn't know who was going to get killed. I didn't know like how they get saved. I didn't know if they get saved. And then at the very end, you see Alex Garland with the real dudes, like the real dudes. And it's, I think Alex Garland did everything. He just let that man, the one guy, tell the story because he was one of the technicians that was there, the guy who did it.
Well,
but these guys, man,
honestly, if he was a veteran and they were shooting certain scenes, he probably leaned on him and said, "Okay, how would we do this? How would we do that?" So,
yeah, Alex Garland is that guy is not going to take liberties like he the ending. Yeah, John JLD. The ending is it's tough. It's a tough ending. But by the way, James Gandolfini's son is in it. He's fantastic. A couple of dudes in it are Brits. One of them is the guy from Shogun. He's fucking phenomenal. That ginger kid who is Bisho. He's Adam Warlock.
I just had him all pulled up and I got away from him.
Yeah, and Shah, it's weird. There's like no women in the movie. Like it's kind of weird.
Wait a minute, Michael Gandolfini. That's the kid from
Daredevil.
From Daredevil. I didn't even know that was his son.
Yeah, it's James Gandolfini's son. He's great in this too. Dude, the opening, the first scene in this movie is funny on purpose because this is it. And you're not going to find anything else. You're not going to get any human emotion other than dread. Like they're watching a YouTube video with girls in it and like getting into it and like doing techno dances with their guns. And you're like, oh, okay. And then like 10 minutes later, you're like, you forget that ever happened. It's like going from like, it really is like, and Garland just fucking nails you with this. Shah, this might be the movie that gets him in that category, in the Oscar category. I'm telling you.
I hope so, man. I hope so. His favorite movie of mine is still Men. And
Yeah, Chris
John
Matthews.
J. was asking, if I can give him a quick elevator pitch on the story. I don't want to spoil the plot for you, but it's basically about the trauma of men and us never healing properly from it and just repeating the cycle and passing it down from generation to generation. And it does have like a surreal twist at the end that I don't want to spoil, but yeah, that movie is some dude. Like, I'm jealous of the fact that you've never seen this because I would love to experience this movie for the first time again. Like,
do you guys remember that scene the first time you see it?
Dude, I fucking as soon as that happened, I was like, oh, this.
I'm like bugging out. Just think, I'm like, dude,
yeah.
if you could have put a camera on me in the movie theater, not knowing that this was happening, and I'm in a not that crowded, and the noises he's making, and it's happening, and you're just like, is this real? Like, is this like this is happening? Like,
yeah, because like throughout the movie, there's some surreal stuff, but it seems pretty grounded. But then when that happens, it's like, holy shit! Is this like what am I watching?
I still don't understand why that woman wasn't at the Academy Awards, at least as a nominee, or a screenplay, or original screenplay, Shah.
Or even the guy. I mean, shit, man. He carried
9 roles in the fucking movie.
He probably played more characters.
He played children. He played fucking children and fucking priests and doormen and bartenders and it's. But that
what I love the most about that movie is that it's so like beautifully shot. Like it's such a gorgeous fucking movie. But at the same time, man, that movie will flip you on your fucking head and just like
and Shah, it's not for everybody. Like, of course, I get people not like it. It's high art. It's the highest art, the art form. Yeah. Like, as far as
it's definitely like an artsy fartsy movie, but it's very well made and it's violent. It's gruesome. It's fucking disturbing. Like it's beautiful at the same time. It's
and if you heard it's a man hating, if you heard it's a man hating movie, that's utter bullshit.
Yeah,
I think if anything, it's the opposite because it's saying that men have this trauma and they don't deal with it, and this is the impact it has on women. Because men didn't take care, because they're not allowed to take care of their shit, from boys to priests to cops, you know what I'm saying? To regular dudes, to abusive men who don't know why they're abusive. You know what I'm saying? B-Show, like, I got that. I didn't get it was feminist propaganda at all. I got it was more like, men have psychological trauma and we don't really talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I can understand why some people who wanted to look at it that way could see it that way just because how things play out. But no, it's like you say. Someone told me one time, if you grow up with an angry man in your house, you'll always have an angry man in your house. Man. And it's just that whole like not being allowed to feel and process and have emotions and cry and like that. I think that's getting better with time as generations go on. But like I think we've all been around it with people in our families where there's just a certain you just suck it up. Like this, I think there's a Bill Burr line. Like that's why men have heart attacks at 55 because we shove it down and we don't deal with it, and then one day it explodes and our heart goes with it.
Oof.
So
a little too close to home, Bisha.
65. There you go. Sorry.
65, thank you.
Oh God damn it! God
that's
damn it!
all right.
I'm sorry.
You're quoting Bill Burr.
I was so far away from that. I didn't even. Think of it.
Speaking of A24, very interesting development going on in the progress of A24. A24 announced yesterday that A24 Music is a thing. Yes, A24 Music. If you thought their movies were weird, guys, what do we think their fucking record label's going to be like? Shah, A24 are going to produce original music. Let's take a quick look. They dropped a little trailer here letting the world know. This is just a little graphic. We don't need to. And of course it's weird because it's A24. I'm already thinking it's weird.
I kind of dig it though.
Shah, I can only imagine what the fuck bands and artists are going to sign to this label.
Yeah, I mean, me personally, I would be excited for it. I guess I want more like instrumentals and like lo-fi type of beat music. Like I don't want actual artists like singing with lyrics. So if these stick to this, I would like this more.
It could literally be somebody getting electrocuted for 45 minutes and they call it an album. Like we have no idea.
High art, bro.
High art. Bisha, what are we thinking? We're thinking like performance art, like Audible Andy Kaufman style shit.
I mean, I think they're going to do different things. They'll probably try different styles and not pigeonhole themselves. After David Lynch died, I didn't realize that he was a musician as well as
Yeah.
an all that stuff.
Yeah.
And I listened to one of his albums, and it's this weird like industrial techno blues. Like I almost couldn't put my finger on it, and it's strange because like you hear all this weird kind of trippy music, and then you hear the voice over top just talking, and it's like, what the fuck is that?
That weird genius.
He's amazing. So I think it'll be stuff like that where they'll take chances and do different types of stuff, and not necessarily just okay, we're gonna do a lo-fi album or we're gonna do a jazz
Lo-fi.
infusion or something.
It could be.
Yeah.
It could be. Shah, I have a feeling what they're going to do is they probably will put their soundtracks and their original scores through that, right?
Yeah, I would assume so. And again, not to bring it back to Men, but if you remember the soundtrack from that,
Oof.
dude,
Score.
they took. You remember the little humming noises that she was making in the tunnel? They took that and they made a beat out of it, and that
They
was
made
the
a beat.
actual
Yeah, they
theme
put
of the
it.
whole
That
fucking
yeah,
thing.
that's what I think they're gonna do. Like
Yeah,
that would be just
chill,
the
like-
A24.
But that was the most creative fucking thing I've heard as far
Yeah.
as music in a movie. I was just like, as soon as I saw the trailer, and I was like, oh, that song is fucking me up. And then when I was watching the movie, and I was like, oh, this is how they came up with it, dude. My jaw dropped on the floor. Like I was,
Yeah. Oh yeah. I'm excited. And also somebody said Grand Theft Auto 6. Yeah, that's a good idea for the radio station, dude. That'd be amazing if like one of the stations is A24 music. You
You're
know
listening
what I mean?
to A24 FM, and it's just some like alien cornholing a hillbilly, and his screams are the music.
I could only imagine. I'm excited to see who gets signed. To A24. It's like, oh, our band just got signed to A24 Music. Oh, what do you guys play? Rock? Not exactly. We only have one instrument, and it's all of us screaming through a garbage can that's on fire.
Someone's got like a bow for a
probably
fucking
not.
violin on a watermelon or something like that.
Yeah, Shah, I think it could be more like instrumental stuff for sure.
Yeah, it's gonna be a bunch of dudes humming in fucking Pepsi bottles from 1963.
It's gonna be an all homeless band like that they found somewhere in some foreign country of homeless band.
With like a
band.
wash tub bass or something.
Yeah, it's gonna be like the Emmett Otter Jug Band, only it's real otters like playing instruments. Real A24 music, real otters all the time.
Just have
We got a couple of
seagulls
other.
fighting with fucking Willem Dafoe from The Lighthouse for like 12.
It'll be a spoken word Willem Dafoe album. Like that's what it'll be. Oh my God! It'll be Willem Dafoe reading menus in different languages. Here's one in Scandinavian, old Scandinavian. I can't wait. I'm excited to see. We're A24 positive around here. Couple of other stories to get to because we got banging trailers, the big time trailers. Interesting story with Alamo Drafthouse. Alamo Drafthouse at one point was only in Texas, and now they're everywhere. They're in Brooklyn, they're in Portland, they're in fucking California. But with the new Megan movie coming out, which did quite well, it wasn't a terrible film if you hadn't seen it. I wouldn't say not watch it. The sequel to Megan, they put out a press release for Alamo Drafthouse exclusively that Variety covered this week. Be sure you want to pull that up. I can't see.
So basically with Megan 3, Meta technology, they want to be able to people be on their phones and be immersive while they watch the movie. However, Alamo Drafthouse announced that they will not use Meta's Movie Mate technology during the upcoming re-release of Megan 3. The new tech
Megan
experience
3?
allows...
How can Megan be 3? There's only one Megan movie. They're calling it Megan 3?
Unless the 3 backwards is Megan, and I read that wrong.
Oh,
The
it is.
re-release-
That's just how they named it.
No, that's just
Oh,
how they
just
spell Megan.
stylized?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's just how they spell Megan. It's yeah.
Okay, so sorry. So the re-release of Megan, they wanted to make it immersive with phone technology, and Alamo Drafthouse said that they're not going to allow phones to be used at the showings.
Right. So that's one of the things, we talk about the death of theaters and how we're going to get people back to the movie experience, Shot. And Alamo Drafthouse is like, well, even if this becomes popular, don't do it in our fucking theater.
Which I'm all for, man. I don't want people
Me
on their
too.
phones in the middle of the fucking movie, man. I don't need you to have a different type of experience. Just sit down and watch the movie for an hour and a half, man. I get it. Technology's advancing. There's probably all kinds of cool shit they can do with syncing the movie to your phone and doing some kind of interactive thing with it. That's okay, man. Let's just watch a movie,
Yeah, and Bisho, I'm not really surprised because Alamo Drafthouse is more about the theatrical experience. They're more artsy. They carry more independent films. You really don't think they want to pack a bunch of people going like this and this and this with the fucking phones like it's Minecraft.
No, and I mean that's part of it too. And I forgot about it until you brought this up. But like there are movie executives and people talking about how great, like directors. I think the guy from Minecraft saying how great this is that all this shit is happening in the movie theater, and like I'm seeing dudes on other people's shoulders, and it's becoming
Chicken
not to be
fight.
old guy, yeah, chicken fights, but chicken jockey. It's almost like a social media meme where everyone's trying to see how crazy they can get
Yeah,
for attention.
to go viral.
Yes, and it's like that's fine if that happens and you tamp it down and all right, we're gonna fucking let this burn out. But to come out and say like this is great and this is what's gonna get people involved in movies again, fucking wrong move. So I'm glad Alamo Drafthouse kind of put a stop to that, and I hope more theater chains, because that's the thing. We talked about this a couple weeks ago. Movie buckets and immersive experience and charging people a shitload of money for a big event tied to the movie, that's not what's going to get people back in the movie theaters.
No.
Make good fucking movies and make them affordable.
Yeah, and Alamo Drafthouse does quite well. They're very popular. With people. There are people that don't consider that a chain, which is kind of bullshit. It's a chain, but it's not like a chain the way Regal is a chain or AMC is a chain. And plus, listen, I just saw Warfare, right? I'm pretty sure I was one of the only people in there that was not in the military. All right, I can't imagine like a bunch of dudes going to see that movie, and now you got people holding up phones and all like this. I don't know. I just feel like it's in direct contrast of the art itself and the experience. So I'm glad they're not doing it, and I think that was a big move. And I'm sure they might relent down the road, but for now, let's try to fight this off so we can all just sit in the theater and enjoy it the way it was meant to be. In the traditional sense. Listen, before we get to the trailers, I actually didn't know this was happening, so I'm just going to fall on my sword here. I was unaware, and I don't know. I got to ask you too, because I don't recall us talking about this at all. I didn't know that they were rebooting Silent Night, Deadly Night. I did not. I must have completely forgot. Shah, did you know they were rebooting it?
I vaguely remember that. I want to say, I
Okay.
think they were rebooting something else too. I forget what else is coming out, but yeah, man. I mean, they were rebooting everything, dude. Everything is gonna get remade. I think it was Killer Clowns from out.
Yeah, I thought
Yes.
that was going to be a series or something.
And isn't Ryan Gosling executive
Yeah.
producer?
Ryan Gosling is
Yeah.
executive
Yeah.
producing. He's probably a super fan, like a lot of dudes, right? So anyway, not only I didn't know this was happening, but it is happening, and the main character of and I don't know how close we're going to be to the traditional Silent Night, Deadly Night, is the dude that toppled the Halloween franchise from my perspective, B-Show.
Yeah, Rohan Campbell, who played Corey, who is basically the Arnie type of character, if you're familiar with Christine, from Halloween Ends, who beat up Michael Myers and was after being beat up by a bunch of band geeks. Yeah, look, I don't dislike this actor. I thought he did okay. So, Silent Night, Deadly Night is not on my Mount Rushmore of 80s slasher movies, so I don't mind if they remake this one. I think it was good, but maybe it'll be interesting. And as long as they don't do like the Blumhouse version of Black Christmas, I'm fine with it. And I think this guy's fine. I think he's a fine actor. And I don't hold it against him what happened with Halloween Ends. He was put in just an unwinnable
the
situation.
Character. It's hard not to separate him from the character when that's mostly what all of us know him from. Shah, do you remember this kid from Halloween Ends?
I do. How could I forget that, man? I hate this guy from it.
You're still like I'm still mad at this guy.
Yeah, I mean, can't hold it against him, man. He was just trying to get paid, I guess. But I mean, this is the face that I associate with destroying Halloween and Blumhouse. So, can't tell you I'm too excited about this.
Yeah, I'm more interested in what direction they go. If they go the fucked up version of the original, which is pretty fucked up movie. And look, it's a classic movie. I hope it's good. I want it to be good. And the other thing, B-Show, is if it's even passable, we'll forget about Halloween Ends with this guy because he'll be this now forever.
Yeah, this will redeem him. And honestly, as long as they don't remake, what's the other one we like a lot? The Christmas movie.
Christmas Evil?
Christmas Evil. As long as they don't fuck with Christmas Evil, go ahead and redo Silent Night, Deadly Night. I think the sequels did worse for the legacy of this film than a reboot could do. So just do this, have fun.
Went off the deep end, and I know some of them had nothing to do with the original, but there can't be. Let's see how this plays out. Hey, let's see how this plays out, Cotton. We have no idea.
Chris Matthews brought up a good point. He did better than Anthony Michael Hall did in Halloween Kills.
Tommy Doyle. Well, that's everybody. That was.
You know what I
Sorry,
was looking forward to, man? Forget about this and Megan and everything else. Faces of Death was supposed to come out this year, and I just recently heard that they're having problems getting it picked up because the
Yeah,
movie's
they
been
don't
made
have a
for 2
distributor.
years.
It's done. It's been in the tank. It's
Yeah,
done. It got a couple of good people attached to it. But that happened with Toxic Avenger, and we're gonna
yeah,
see
but
it in a
dude, this
month.
is Faces
So.
of Death, though. I don't know
But still,
who's gonna
Toxic
pick that up.
Avenger. I know, but like you know, I'm sure it costs a lot more money than Toxic Avenger. I'm hoping it gets picked up. That would be a real fucking shit show.
It was
I'm very
7
curious.
million. It was a small budget. 7 million for Faces of Death.
Toxic was like 20 million, and they were afraid they wouldn't recoup. Holy shit! Well,
Yeah,
something
7
tells
million.
me it's going to Tubi, which would be great. We would all get to watch it the same night.
Yeah.
We could have a screening. Anyway, we got some big time movie trailers. Some of these are teasers, and some of these are the final trailers for some of the bigger films that are to come out this year. One of them is the Fantastic Four trailer, and boy, I got to tell you, if this is bad, they're starting to get me. Like everything about this is hitting the right notes. I'm on board. I'm ready to go for the summer. I think everybody looks good. I like that it's in the 60s. I've been saying that since as long as I can remember. But this is the final trailer with some reveals here. And I have to say, I'm completely excited about this. This is the final trailer for Fantastic Four.
Wow, folks, we all know the story. 4 brave astronauts head off into space and come back forever changed.
Wow.
This car?
Our city, our planet, owe a debt to these intrepid souls. And while we can never repay them, we can certainly celebrate them.
Thank you, Fantastic Four. Thank you.
Thank you, Fantastic Four!
Please welcome the Fantastic Four.
Damn.
I just love this vibe.
It's so refreshing.
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
it doesn't look like a Marvel movie.
You're late.
What do you mean?
What do you mean, what do I mean? You're late for dinner.
Yes, we are.
You late?
I just said that.
Are you pregnant?
What? You're gonna be the best mom in the world. And you are gonna be the best dad. Just kidding. You are out of your depth. We are gonna be the best uncles ever.
We can do this. Nothing is going to change.
She's cute, man.
Yeah, I don't know who she is. She's cute as hell. Galactus, baby.
Are you the protectors of this world?
Silver Surf, her,
Yeah.
as they're calling her.
Yes, we are.
Your planet is now marked for death.
Okay, let's stop right here.
All right.
Okay. Right off the bat, everybody's upset about the Silver Surfer Shah because they said, not just because it's the female, which she is from the comic books, that's completely part of the story. But if you look at the Silver Surfer movie from 15 years ago, that's CGI. Why does that look better than this version of her? Because everything looked great until right then and there.
Yeah, I mean, I like the way the thing looks.
He looks good.
I will say that the CGI does look a little janky, though. Like, in some certain parts, like for a Marvel movie, I don't know, man. But aside from that, though, like I love the setting. I love the whole feel to the movie. Like, I'm not a Marvel fan at all.
Yeah, I know.
But, like, this is something that I actually probably would watch. I wouldn't go to the theater, but this comes out on Disney, I'd watch it.
Yeah, and it's standalone. It's starting a different, it's not in that universe yet. It's its own thing. But B-Show, like, I agree. And I love that Julie Garner girl. She was in that, the prequel for Rosemary's Baby. She's a great actress. She's a Brooklyn girl. Loved her from fucking that goddamn TV show. With Jason Bateman, the Netflix show. She was fucking brilliant in that. I can't remember the name of it.
I can't think of it now.
I'm getting G-checked for it in like 2 seconds. But she don't look good.
No, it's strange. That people have been talking about that a lot lately. Is they've been looking back on movies from like the mid 2000s when we thought CG looked terrible. Like, I remember when that first Spider-Man movie came out. Holy shit! I still think that Spider-Man movie, like the CG looks terrible when he's like kind of flipping and fluting around and shit. It's like that does not look good at all. And to see that, like, now they're spending exponentially more on these movies.
$100 million more. Yeah,
and it still looks like that. Like. And I know it's hard. They're not real textures. There's not real gravity. But like when he picks up the car, you can see like the car just kind of like flitting around, and it's like you haven't figured that out yet.
Yeah,
you really haven't.
Well, I think we would forgive some of the CG if we liked the story and it wasn't retread. It's not an origin story, thank God. Yes, Slave Cheeks Ozark, thank you. She was so brilliant in that. She's a cute kid too. I think she's very cute. Bisho, I want to check the rest of this trailer to see if the CG levels out because it's hard. We're all watching it on a computer screen, and Chris Matthews is bringing that up too. It's the lighting. Like, this is not how you experience a movie. You know what I mean?
But you couldn't even see the detail in the face at all.
No,
and I know it's supposed to be somewhat muted, but nothing.
Yeah, might look better on the screen.
Oh, sorry.
That looks pretty good. Oh shit!
It's my fault. I stretched the bounds of space. I heard.
Yeah, the far shots are fine. The landscapes are fine. It's the detail.
Here he comes.
Yeah, I want Bisho.
I don't know.
The color looks so good though, Shah, doesn't it? Like the color palette.
Yeah. No, I love the color palette. I love the,
I'm
like,
not
the
giving
blues
up.
or whatever vibe it is.
There he
We
comes.
will face this together.
All of this looks good. Even this
Yeah.
We will fight it together.
And she looked better there too, obscured by the fire.
She looked better there.
fire looks great.
The water.
Here he comes.
Has to be us.
Wow. Oh.
Oh,
Okay.
that looked great too.
We will protect you.
Wow. This is all we're gonna see. I'm excited. Look at this motherfucker. Shah, I'll say this: if Galactus looks good, it's lights out for this movie. Like, it's just lights fucking out, because the Galactus voice is the dad from The Witch.
Yeah, I do remember that. No, it looked good, especially that ending shot. That looks fucking phenomenal.
Jesus
Talking through the
Christ.
city. And again, I didn't like the Thing's voice. I mentioned that the first time.
He should have had a monster voice.
Yeah, it's kind of awkward to have like a regular man voice.
The man voice.
Yeah, behind this 400-pound fucking solid
Rock monster
Yeah,
who's pulling a fucking submarine.
Yeah.
Rock monster. Sorry.
Bisho, the stretching looked okay. We got to see a lot more of it though. Got to see a lot of that.
That's the stuff they usually don't get right, is like the weight of like heavy objects. The stretching kind of shit always looks shitty. Even like the overgrown people through the city. Like, I haven't seen anything really good since like Ghostbusters with the Statue of Liberty. So those are things that they usually can't nail just because it's physically impossible, but it looked pretty good.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm optimistic. I think if Galactus looks good, and I can't wait to hear that guy's voice as Galactus. I'm gonna people are gonna forget about Thanos in about 2 seconds. I can tell you that right now. Also, the 28 years later, they updated the trailer to show more of the monsters, the creatures in it. And now Alex Garland did write this film, just like I believe he wrote the first one. He might have written the first one. And then, of course, it's still directed by Danny Boyle, who's directed this and quite a few other successful films. A lot of buzz on this 28 years later. A lot of buzz. Could end up being the horror film of the year. Let's take a look at the updated teaser we got here.
Oh my god.
Dude, look at this shit.
There's like skulls coming together or something. Oh, is it into a...
Yeah, it's making the logo of the 28 years later.
Yeah. And that music. Ugh.
That red looks just mesmerizing.
Danny Boyle knows how to make movies, man.
Moving up and down again. There's no part in the war.
Jeez. Making the biohazard people.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking too. Jesus.
Like nightmare fuel.
I know. I can't stop watching it though. It's hypnotic.
Moving up and down again. There's no part in the war.
My God.
See, these are the kind of trailers I like. Don't tell me everything. Just make it mesmerizing.
Fucking shit.
so haunting, dude.
Damn, yo.
Punches
Jeez.
said they dropped a longer trailer today. Let me find that while we talk about that.
Yeah,
Shot.
I did see
Shot.
like a long one.
But
Dude.
this is like this looks ridiculous, man.
Yeah,
Come on.
I
bro.
mean,
Come on.
listen, man, that sound design is fucking unsettling. You know, like that. If I've seen a perfect trailer this year so far, man, it's this right here. Like,
Well,
this
that
is-
one they gave us a few months ago with that voiceover, and they were just showing us
Yeah,
a
I
lot of,
remember,
and it's like, you know, you don't know what it is. But yeah, B-Show, they did drop the new one today, and it is a little bit more graphic. So we'll play it. I'm sad to say I don't remember the previous films that well, and I saw them both in theaters.
Same.
They were both very different.
This is nothing like the previous.
No.
Yeah. What the fuck? Wow, man, that's a great shot.
There were so many dead. Infected and non-infected alike.
Is that Ray Fiennes?
That's why our home
Might
is so
be.
precious.
You know, I feel he's a bit young.
He's ready, Jenny.
7, 6, 11, 5.
Once you walk onto that mainland, there's no rescues.
Moving up and down again. Don't. Look at what's in front of you.
Remember that fast-moving zombies, man. Oh God.
The bullets in the bandoliers.
Oh God Almighty, dude.
There are many kinds of death. Some are better than others.
God damn.
Dude, I love that. Fucking
This is
skull.
fucking.
The Tower of Skulls, yeah.
Yeah, dude.
Oh,
Oh, fuck yeah.
And the Crispin Glover zombie or whoever it is.
yeah.
For this is a glorious day. A day of judgment.
There's
Oh,
no discharge in the war.
Wow.
Yo, I'm calling it. Shot. That's the best trailer I've seen of anything all year.
Listen, man, I do not like the subgenre of zombie films.
You hate it. You know, you hate it.
Oh.
You hate the zombies.
Yeah, I do. I hate them. I'm sold on this, dude. This even looks like it's almost directed by Alex Garland. Like
I
the
know.
style of it. Like
I
it's,
know. I was thinking that too.
Yeah,
You know what
it
I
looks
mean?
like
Like,
a type of movie.
yeah. There's just B-Show. There's just no way this is bad. I can't. Like, what would like? What how? You know.
Stone Mexican guys. Hey, what's up, man? By the way,
Stone Mexican, my old friend there.
He said those aren't zombies. They're infected with a virus, but
It's the same concept. Conceptually, it's the same.
yeah, because that was the same
in a
thing
zombie
with.
film. Yeah, it's a
what
virus.
was it? Yeah,
The Walking Dead is a virus. It's virus. That's how they correlate the thing.
yes.
But-
And then, you know
but-
what? Honestly, I'm not a huge fan of like the fast zombies because
Yeah,
like
a lot of
they're
people
dead,
are.
decaying bodies. But I don't know how you can watch this trailer and not think this movie looks cool.
Oh yeah, I'm all over it. This is something I want to see right away, so it doesn't get ruined in a theater. If this is in IMAX, I'm gonna pee my pants watching it because I'm not missing a second of it. Shah, you imagine this in IMAX?
That's the only way to check it out, man. If it's available, and I think it will be. This looks like the type of movie
hope
that's
so.
like made for IMAX.
Yeah.
I'm fucking excited for
Oh
this. dude.
God,
This
if this isn't on our list,
yeah.
I don't know.
what the
There's
fuck?
a lot of good movies coming out, man.
It really is. It's starting like the spring.
Yeah,
This is it
yeah.
now. Like
I was gonna say because last year we were bitching about the same thing by like almost summertime. We're like, damn, dude, we got like Immaculate.
I don't know,
and
man.
Omen
This
so
looks
far,
like
that's it.
Shah, this looks like this is gonna be tough to take over like an interest. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It's hitting all the notes. Wow. So I believe we have another big trailer. We have a couple of biggies here. The movie Weapons. Weapons, I believe, is directed by the Barbarian director. B-Show, please check me on that because
It
that
is.
would be embarrassing. So Barbarian, we're big fans of it here. He produced, or the producers of it made that companion movie, which comes to HBO Max this weekend, guys. Companion. So check it out this week. I'll be watching it this weekend because I'm told that's the horror movie of the year for a lot of people. So I'm going to finally check that out. Companion. It looks tremendous. But this movie, Weapons, is already getting a lot of buzz because they dropped trailers, like little independent trailers. It's about a school children, a class that just goes missing. They're not giving you anything about it, just like Barbarian didn't give us anything about it, if we all remember. But let's check this out. This is the new movie from the director of Barbarian. Very, very, very excited about this. It's called Weapons.
Well, there's 3 short ones, and I'm gonna play them separately. So let's check these out.
They're all disturbing, just so you know. I mean,
right, here's the first one. Looks like camera footage at 2:17 a.m.
Yeah. So we see a look at this. Look at this. It just.
That's it.
Yeah, this is the trailer.
All right. Go ahead.
So again, this is about children in a school that all just go missing. No one knows where they are, what happened to them. So they're correlating this with that. There's 3 of them, B-Show. I think they're a little bit more fleshed out.
No, here's the other one.
This motherfucker. I can't wait to see this fucking movie.
Not gonna lie, it's making me a little uncomfortable.
Yeah, people are bugging out over this already. So there we see there's some people, and look, there's a child in the far right, and this child is running, and we don't know what happened. Look,
it looks like there's either more behind him or someone chasing him, and we can't tell.
It looks like there's someone chasing him.
It looks like a group of people. There was a
group of people chasing him,
and then they just disappear in the dust.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then here's the last one.
So can you imagine the balls of putting these out as trailers? Just be like, fuck you, this is the movie.
Yeah, just Ring doorbell footage of kids running away from something.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's.
Oh, that one's got sound.
Oh, Jesus. It does?
Let me see if here.
Look at this.
Oh, it did, but it's not playing now.
Well, what sound could there be? Nothing happens.
It was like a moaning sound.
Shh, really? Is it faint?
Now I'm freaking myself out because I'm not hearing it.
Fantasizing over there, bro? What's going on with you, man?
B-Show.
No, it was like it was like a ghostly. I thought I heard a ghostly howling, like oh.
B-Show, is the noise coming from inside the house?
It is, and so are the phone calls. They're coming from inside my head, apparently.
They're coming from. Can you pull up Weapons? I just want to see. Shah, like this is what he gives us as the teaser trailer for the movie.
And I'm all for it, man. I like the mystique of it. You know what I mean? I don't need everything flushed out on the trailer, dude. Just
and they're not giving you shit. There's no.
I just need to be hooked for a couple of seconds, and then I'm intrigued.
Punches is saying every one of these kids disappears from the class at the exact same time at 2:17 in the morning. Yo, this is gonna be this is gonna be some shit. I'm telling you right now.
According to Reactor, website for Zach Kreger's Weapons reveals the plot and the Barbarian connection. So there is a connection.
Oh, and it's in the Barbarian universe. His movie's in the same universe.
I'm kind of mad, not gonna lie, because this is fucking weird. Weird timing. I wrote a short story that I never finished, and it kind of centers around the time 2:17 a.m. So now I got to fucking change it.
Oh no.
It's fucking creepy.
No.
Maybe
that's why you thought you heard the moaning, because you think you're a part of the movie.
Oh my God. A chilling mystery has gripped the small town of Maybrook after 17 children voluntarily left their homes Wednesday morning. Authorities are baffled by the inexplicable disappearance, which has shaken the community to its core. Wow.
And we don't know the connection to Barbarian yet? They're not telling us?
Do you guys want spoilers?
I mean, if it's out there, it's not like it's not going to come up, right?
I'm looking for it, but I'm not seeing it. But
he said it's in the same universe as Barbarian.
Maybrook isn't the town. Barbarian took place in Detroit, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
At an Airbnb in central Detroit or something like that.
Upon investigation, front door camera footage showed the children leaving their homes at 2:17 Wednesday morning without any signs of force. Now I feel like John Larroquette at the beginning of Texas Chainsaw. Since then, little information has surfaced, and the case continues to baffle investigators. In response, a school gathering was held where growing unease among parents became clear. As the town struggles to understand what happened, officials continue to urge the public for any leads, while Maybrook is left waiting for answers.
Okay. B-Show, do we know who's in the film? Is there anybody name recognition in the film?
We can find out.
I'm just curious.
Weapons.
Shah, I'm on board with this too.
Is this the right movie? Pedro Pascal and Josh Brolin? And Julia Garner?
No, really?
Yeah, it says horror drama 2025.
What?
Toby Huss, the fucking Artie, the strongest man in the world, is in it. Amy Madigan, Clayton Ferris. Can you guys see this?
No.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was reading. I thought you guys were seeing that.
Wait, Pedro Pascal is in this, and
This
Josh
is the
Brolin?
cast. Yeah.
What the fuck? Yo.
And I think Brian Tyree Henry, wasn't he from Get Out?
Atlanta.
Okay.
Atlanta. Yeah, he's great. Wow. Okay, there's Julie. Is it Julie Garner? Is that it? Was it Julie? Julia
Garner. Yeah.
Julia Garner. Yeah, who's in? So both her and Pedro Pascal are both in the Fantastic Four, and they're in this too. Wow. Shah, I'm on board, man. I'm ready to go with this too.
No, I am too, man. I love little teasers like this. Again, I was a big fan of what was it called again? His last movie, Barbarian. Huge fan of that movie. So anything that he does, I'm immediately just gonna give it a shot anyway.
Yeah.
But the fact that the teaser trailer is just like 3-second little clip, like I love it.
Disappearing children in the middle of the night. What the balls on this motherfucker, huh, B-Show?
Yeah, and I'm not seeing what the exact connection is to Barbarian, but it says that the website is hinting that it's in the same universe.
Maybe. Oh boy. Okay. I'm excited. B-Show, I'm excited for this. This looks very original, very different, and 2025 is starting to shake the tree a little bit here.
Yeah, it's not as grody as I thought it was going to be based on the camera footage, although it made me feel uneasy. And knowing that Josh Brolin's in this with Pedro Pascal and Julia Garner, like, strange, but gives me hope that, because like we had, who was the guy? Bill Skarsgård.
Skarsgård
was in Barbarian, and then there was like a brief appearance by at the end, the douchebag guy
from Tusk.
Yeah.
And
I can never remember his name, but yeah. So there was a couple in there with some name recognition, but to have this kind of cast,
yeah, I'm excited. I'm totally excited. Speaking of excited, Mike Flanagan, me and B-Show, super fans of Mike Flanagan. We finally got a real trailer for this Life of Chuck movie, which was very cryptic. We still don't know. Again, I think this is the vibe now. You got these super artistic guys. Mike Flanagan currently is working on rebooting The Exorcist to save that fucking franchise. I'm excited about that. But before we get that, next year, we're getting The Life of Chuck, starring Loki. I think the dude who plays Loki is the star of that. But we have a real fleshed out trailer here for that. So hopefully it gives us a little bit more idea of what the film's actually about.
I'm trying to find it. Here we go. Sorry,
This is the updated. Came out this week.
It was buried in a post, so I had to pull it.
We're saving the best for last, Shah. Ari Aster's after this.
There we go. Justin Long, thank you, Slave Cheeks.
When you look up at the night sky, it can tell you stuff about your future.
This is the one we were confused by a few weeks ago, right? Okay.
Yeah.
It's pure that way. You might see a lot more than you wanted.
The heart and soul of Mike Flanagan. That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
And you have heart in you.
Wow, what a shot.
The world, Chuck. Everything you've ever loved. Everything you see. Every year that you live, that world will get bigger and brighter. And more detailed and complex. You fill the whole thing. It'll be a universe. Isn't that wonderful?
Wow. B-Show, this Wow, I don't know anything about this story, but that looks like a big time emotional roller coaster film there.
I know, like I'm verklempt. I have no idea what that movie's about.
No clue.
But I really want to see it. I love the shots of the starscape and the galaxy above the sky. I don't know how they did that, but it looks really good.
Yeah.
Fuck, powerful. That's a powerful trailer, man.
Yeah. Shah, this looks like one of those movies, if this was 20 years ago, that would be Tom Hanks.
Yeah, it kind of reminded me of, and I don't even know why because I've never even seen that movie, but the trailer kind of reminded me of a mix of like Color Out of Space and I Saw the TV Glow. I know it's probably nothing like those films, but just like the color palette and all that stuff, kind of reminded me of that. This isn't a horror movie, obviously, right? This is like some.
I don't know. I don't know what it is. We don't know because none of us have read the story. Stephen King mostly writes horror shit. So
yeah, but judging from the soundtrack, like it doesn't sound like it's got anything to do.
I don't know. It looks like it's super. I don't know if it's more supernatural. You know what I mean? But
well, you got to also keep in mind they didn't drop like from the Stephen King from The Shining or It or anything.
Well, yeah,
they mentioned the Green Mile. And,
Green Mile. Yeah, it seems like it's in that vein, but those are some of his greatest works.
Yeah, but I mean, if there's a horror movie, they're going to mention The Shining, and they're not going to mention, Green Mile if it's a horror.
Yeah, I'm sure it's not horror, but I don't know what it is. Like, I don't know what I would put this in.
It looks good. Looks well made.
From StephenKing.com. I'm not going to read the end of it because I don't want to spoil anything.
Yeah, please.
The Life of Chuck is 3 separate stories linked to tell the biography of Charles Krantz in reverse. Beginning, well, I'm not going to read from there. Sorry.
Okay, so it has a Benjamin Button kind of vibe, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm down. I'm definitely interested. I like that cast a lot. I love Mike Flanagan. I have a feeling this could be a very buzzworthy film. And it's R-rated. So what about that movie shot looks R-rated? So that's what's got me kind of going. There's a little bit more meat to this because that doesn't look like an R-rated film to me.
I don't know. I think B-Show maybe might have an answer to that. I don't know.
No, I mean I kind of have an idea why because of the subject matter, but I didn't realize that the grandma's Mia Sara, and now I feel ancient.
Ferris Bueller's Day Off.
I feel fucking old.
And the redhead girl is what's her face? Nebula from Guardians of the
Yes,
Galaxy.
I noticed that one, but I knew I was like Mia Sara. Why do I know that name? And when I pulled it up, I'm like, oh, Jesus Christ.
Yeah, I'm excited for it. I would definitely. Like I said, it looks like the spring is breaking the doors down for 2025. Listen, we've saved the best for last. Ari Aster. Unfortunately, his life as Beau is Afraid did not resonate with an audience or critics as it probably should have. I do think historically it will be looked upon as a very, very brilliant film. Unfortunately, it's quite long and it was very difficult. It was a kind of post-COVID as far as that goes. But man, it's Ari Aster. And this is his new movie called Eddington. How do we pronounce that? Edgerton?
I think it's Eddington.
Eddington. He's got a great cast. Not a lot known about this, again, because it is Ari Aster. He's not going to spoon feed us anything like he ever does. But this is the first teaser trailer we're getting for it.
Of course, they keep looking at that lab in Wuhan, China. If you look at that lab in Wuhan,
speaking of fucking COVID.
It was 1956. Of course, that was the year Tom Hanks was born, the first celebrity with the virus, Mr. Sleepless in Seattle.
If you value your life, you should think twice. Because the people of Eddington like guns.
Your pain is not a coincidence. You are not a coincidence. We are not a coincidence.
And I'm speaking now to deny my husband's announcement yesterday, which was false.
Eddington, New Mexico, despite its meager population, is quickly being co-opted in online circles.
I'm ready to continue leading our town and fighting the pandemic and the racial and economic.
Whoa. Jesus.
Wow. Did Bishop, you were one? Did that win the Palme d'Or for this year? It was nominated for the Palme d'Or at Cannes. I just want to see the graphic at the top.
I'm looking at. Oh.
Okay, just let it roll there. What does that say? Does that say
Official selection competition.
Okay, so it's not because that didn't happen yet this year, but it's already nominated for the Palm. Shah, this is your guy. Oh man.
Yeah, I mean, anything that he does, dude, you already know. I'm gonna watch this on day one of release. I legitimately have no clue what's happening in the movie, though. From my understanding, it was like a Western drama.
Yeah, so it's basically peak beginning of COVID in a small New Mexico town between people who are quarantining and people who are not believing, and murders are taking place. That's what I believe is happening.
As the sheriff is assaulting a protester. God, this movie's going to be good. As soon as he said COVID or the lockdowns in Wuhan, I was kind of, yeah, okay, really? It's 5 years later. But we covered that extensively for 18 months, gentlemen.
I know, but look at this, dude. Look at that cast.
Yeah, it looks good.
I'm hoping that we get a cult in there. You know, I need Ari.
It might be a COVID cult. It might be a COVID cult.
Joe Punches. He's on the same wavelength as you are.
Yeah, I'm hoping. I mean, that's a theme in his earlier films. I mean, Bo was afraid.
Dude, does Pedro Pascal sleep? Like, I don't understand. Like, I like the guy a lot, but like, we haven't even gotten the next season of The Mandalorian yet, and he's already in like 5 movies like this year, probably more.
And doesn't Mandalorian and Grogu the movie come out next year?
No, that's the next series, and The Last of Us just started 2 weeks ago, like last week. So, wow, Shah, this might be the trailer night of the century.
Yeah, I mean, every single one was a banger so far, and they weren't even like little ones; they were like heavy hitters. So, I mean,
I want to see every one of these movies.
Mm-hmm.
We skipped like 8 trailers for these.
I know, we cut like 5 of them. I'm gonna have to renew my movie pass again.
Oh my God! I guess I'm gonna keep going to the movies in 2025.
You know, I haven't even gone to a single movie this year yet, man. I'm waiting.
Well, I saw Warfare, and then I saw Death of a Unicorn, which I thought was like, it's just okay. The CG was terrible. It was okay.
Wasn't it? Damn.
Terrible. I thought the CG was awful. Like, the unicorns looked really bad.
Really?
I don't know if they did that on purpose. But, man, Pedro Pascal, is he in the Foo Fighters? Like, he's the Dave Grohl of acting now.
You nailed that one. When you said that about him about a year ago, it's really come to fruition now.
That really should have went viral.
Mm-hmm.
You know, the Foo Fighters of actors, we should call this episode. Like, he just is. He's the Dave Grohl of actors. You know, like Pedro Foo Fighter Pascal or something. Anyway, listen, we got a bunch of fun stuff we want to talk about over at the old Patreon. So please consider going to patreon.com/spitballmedia. I didn't give it that usual plug in the beginning. $5 a month gets you tons of access. I just dropped a very personal show in tribute to my brother last week. B Show is going to drop a solo show, and we got the Q&A open for the month. Shah, I'm excited for this month's Q&A, and it hasn't even started yet.
Yeah, man, I'm always excited for the Q&A, especially because we typically record them in the mornings, and we never record in the morning. So I love recording in the mornings because it's typically on our days off.
Yeah.
So it's just a good vibe. You know, first thing in the morning, you wake up, make some coffee, you know, answer a couple questions for 2 hours. It's a good vibe. I like it.
Yeah, and of course, B Show, that $5 a month at the Patreon, that's going to give them like a dick ton of exclusive content.
I know John's been putting up content. I'm gonna do a WrestleMania centric episode talking about Triple H and my thoughts on how everything's shaking out. You know, I don't know if we're unofficially or officially doing more shows, but I'm trying to do more, especially recently, maybe an extra one a month or so, just to sweeten the pot a bit. But
yeah.
You know, there's a lot of other people out there that have more expensive patrons and don't really give shit out, or they give you stickers or something, which is fine. But like, honestly, no, I there's a podcast I listen to, a true crime podcast every once in a while, and he's like, $5 will garner you bonus episodes and stickers. And it's like, really? Like, you're going to send me pogs and milk caps and shit too? But, you know, hey, do what you do, but $5 gets you a lot of bonus content, get you in with an awesome group of people. I got 5 on it.
Yeah, 5 on it.
Check us out.
Patreon.com/spitballmedia. We'll just drop some quick plugs here. We'll plug the Rich Dow podcast. Robbie Richmond just did an episode. He just released a full schedule of all the people he has on there. I'm drawing a blank. I'm so sorry. After all those trailers, my brain is like on fucking fire. We'll get a souped up list of our plugs for everybody as far as that goes. Like, you know, the Drew Yari podcast, the Wrestling Soup. Don't forget to check out this weekend. I will be doing WrestleMania coverage. And, of course, the Don Tony and legendary Kevin Castle show. I'm not really sure what DT's doing there. I don't know if he knows, but I'm assuming he's going to continue with the show there, of course. And of course, you want to subscribe to Planet Mondo on the old YouTube. You want to subscribe to the B Show Brian channel. And if you hadn't subscribed to our YouTube channel, fuck it, do it. Maybe we'll give you a sticker. Maybe we'll just give you a sticker. We'll just put stickers out. Why not? Guys, thank you so much for hanging out with us. We have some fun stuff we're going to get to over the Patreon, but we'll see you guys next week on the regular show. Have a great week.